Great sunrise, family. Great sunrise. First of all, I'm going to be on here a very short period of time today. But I would like to share with you all something that I've been speaking on, the little jewel that I've been giving my people out here. But I know the majority of you are heeding or listening to it and following it and actually been guided by it. But I do know there's a small amount that are not abiding by it. And we're going to talk about that tonight too. This morning as well. But first of all, there's something that my guides want me to let you know, the ancestors within. They would like to let you know that something I didn't say about those cards the other day, that they are very elated with me. They're very elated. They're very happy. They're very joyous that I am actually connecting with them and that I'm actually listening, that I'm actually, they're just beyond happy. They're beyond glorified about that. They're beyond, I just I cannot express how much they appreciate that I follow, that I listen, that I'm guided by them, that I give them the opportunity. But it just they're ever so grateful to me for what I'm doing. So that's something that I missed explaining in those cards because they couldn't stop emphasizing on that. And I thought that was very important in this story and in these times, especially for our people. So what that means is that we need to get on our path. We need to connect with our inner self. It's very, very critical. It's very, very critical because that's where our powers are going to be realized, and we're going to be able to manifest and do things and protect ourselves, out here in the illusion in the matrix, because we have to go into our reality to get that protection, and then we can manifest it and execute it in this illusion. So what I'm on to talk about now is I'm always talking about the pastry dishes that we use in science and having a controlled and a constant test. Like we test two different things, right? So right now we're dealing with two different things, right? But how can you blame the constant, something that's always been the same, for the change of the one that you've modified? How can you blame the constant when the constant you have had no change? You have had no change to. everybody knows that in science, when you have a controlled situation and you have a situation where you've modified something, then you find out the modified, how you find out if a change has occurred is through that control. Is through that control situation. So you can't, there's no way to blame the situation, the changes you see occur when they wouldn't have occurred on their own unless you modified. So when you modify something in science and it shows a result, a change, then that's due to you modifying. That is not due to the whole, because you have a whole situation. You have a group, let's say a group of people. You have a group of people, to make it understandable. You have a group of people that, let me see, what kind of science can we use in this instance? Okay, let's say everybody, you made sleep at a certain time. So that time becomes the normal time for everybody to sleep. But some didn't sleep. It's a small group of people that couldn't sleep. So what you had to do is you had to break them up into pastry dishes. The group that slept normally, because majority of the people as a whole slept normally, right? You just split up the group, and you have some people that slept normally and some people who didn't sleep, and you gave them some sleeping pills, and you put them as a modified control, or a because you're doing things different for them to see what's going on. But the people that you split up that sleep normally, you didn't do anything to them. You didn't do anything. They're constant. They just stayed the same. So the people that you changed, you modified, they yield a difference. They were all over the Richter scale. They went through extremes. Does that mean it's the fault of those who slept on time? Was it the fault of those who slept at the time that you deemed or defined as normal time to sleep? Or was it that you did something and modified them and changed them, that they started acting erratically and started getting violent or started going out of their minds? They weren't able to perform or think rational after that. Is it the fault of those who slept, who were able to get to sleep and woke up the next morning and did things normal? Or was it the fault of those who, was that change that you did, that you affected those people who were a mixed bunch of people, those that didn't have a sleep problem and those who stayed up late, who stayed up past the time, and really their sleeping they couldn't sleep at all. They didn't get no rest at all. So you mixed the group up, and this became your controlled group, because what you did was you gave them the sleeping medicine that was created, and that sleeping medicine made them erratic, made them go crazy out of their minds. But yeah, you blame me. You want to say that, oh no, it's the fault of the people who were constant, who stayed the same, who would have been in the bunch if it wasn't split up. who would have been all together if it wasn't split up. See, we got to be careful of this kind of logic. This is why I said integration is very dangerous because people don't have the same thinking. And if you can look at history and see how crazy and insane that people used to think about life and things, then you can see where it's dangerous for us to be in that kind of group because they're at any time they can fall back into that mental state of thinking where you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know what's going to happen to you. Just their uh, irrational thinking, instead of thinking things out properly in the way it should be thought out, they're thinking and blaming the wrong things for the wrong things. Because anytime you change a situation, you have to blame it on what you've done, that change you made. Hold on. You see, family, this is why I have a problem. I have a legitimate problem with interracial marriage, interracial reproduction. I have a legitimate issue with that. And here's why. Your brain waves are not the same. If you don't think the same, and it's how they got us thinking like them is man-made. It's a man-made situation. So when you marry, you marrying. Neely Fuller said it all. Neely Fuller said the truth. Neely Fuller said that we are prisoners of war, for one thing. And as prisoners of war, they've been able to scientifically mess with our nature. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. Emotionally and physically, I mean. So that's what makes us out of our state, out of our greatest estate, because we're disconnected. We're made to be like them, right? So have y'all noticed all these psycho white women coming out over our Black men lately? I have. So we're being revealed to us just how psychotic the white woman is. So you can imagine, well, we already know. We should know these things. But what we are doing, I'm going to show y'all some videos here. I'm going to show y'all some videos here. Why come all of a sudden David rears his ugly head after you did your control and changed the situation? So all of a sudden David is in the at play. But David gets blamed on those who have been constant all this time. David has been blamed on those who have been constant. No changes made to us. No changes at all. So what does that say? They think they have the power to come along with something and provoke fear in people to do something on their own, mind you. They want you to do it on your own. So you do it on their own. And what I mean by that is they don't have no responsibility whatsoever. And that life don't work like that. That's a fucked up mentality. That's a real fucked up mentality. And I'm not playing into it. I don't play into fucked up mentalities. Fucked up will get you fucked up. Fucked up mentality about life over here will get you really, really, really messed up. Hold on, family. Hey, patience is a virtue. Thank you for being here, sister. But like I said, that mentality is only dealt with the right way. And when it's dealt with the right way, white folks want to say, oh, it's sour. It's wrong. You see, they're violent against the police. Police have a valid reason to be fearful and shoot you and make sure you don't have a weapon. You see, you have a weapon to protect yourself when we're acting out of order, when we're acting like the men of perdition. See, when we're acting lawlessness and we're not giving you justice, when we're allowing murderers to be showcased over you, or to be shining stars over your dead body. You see, that is the white way. That is the white way. You see, we're calcified people, so we just only see it that way. It's right. It's right for us to kill you. It's wrong for you to defend yourself. When you defend yourself, this is what we do. This is what we do. And we do this because it's the white way. It's the calcified way. We don't have no connection to anything. That's why we have to go up in space and try to get a connection. We have to exert ourselves above you. We have to be above the Black people. We just have to. The Negroid. I'm gonna call us Negroids because I like Negroids better, because it expresses that you cannot be mixed and be Negroid. You cannot be mixed and Negroid by no matter, because you're a little bit tilting on the white side, and that's dangerous for us. Don't think that I don't love all my mixed people. I love all my mixed people. My great-greats were mixed, so I love them. But it's a hard lesson that we have to learn. It's a heartbreaking lesson, because we allowed for it. We allowed for all this dangerous stuff. We allow for ourselves to be harmed and hurt like this. Okay, here's the video that they feel like is right. They feel like they're gonna express this, and they're not gonna show
to
all
the media
the truth.
and the public this body cam video,
They're
which
not gonna show all
included
the
the
truth.
moment Officer Rayner was shot last night.
They're not gonna
Now, we
show all
chose
the
not
truth.
to air the entire clip, which showed the seconds that the officer was shot.
No,
But
they're not
today,
gonna
after
show the
careful
second that the
consideration
officer
and
was
deep
shot.
discussion in our
Because in
newsroom
that
and with
second
law
that the
enforcement
officer
around
was
the
shot, the
community,
officer
we
was
have
in the
decided
wrong.
it is important to show you in its entirety.
Yeah, so in our
And
new
that's
digital
why I
show,
say I need a
Solutionaries, investigator
bullhorn,
Louis Bolden
because
has been
it's about to
focusing
be
on the
popping
relationship
up in
between law
here.
enforcement and the community. He joins us now to walk us through
It's
the
about to
seconds
be
that changed this
popping
officer's
up
life
in
and
here.
why it's so important to understand the risk our law enforcement officers face every single day. Louis.
Because these calcified
Our
got
newsroom has been
people
focusing on
calcified.
policing for the past year and intensely for the last 4 months on Solutionaries. Every time there is an incident with an officer and a suspect, we analyze it thoroughly before making the decision to air it. Tonight, Trooper Steve Montiero and I want to show you what this officer was up against, and I have to warn you, this is difficult to watch. As police continue searching for Othel Wallace, who they say shot a 26-year-old Daytona Beach police officer, Daytona Beach police quickly released the officer's body camera footage.
Video is tragic. You know, it shows something that we don't see really much ever.
News 6 initially stopped the video just before the officer is shot, but we strive for transparency, so it sparked a discussion in our
officer had no
newsroom.
right
Do
to
you
put his
believe the
hands
public
on nobody.
Should see that video in its entirety.
Yes.
Why?
Over the past
Once you
year,
lay
we have
hands on
seen so
people,
many law
it's
enforcement
over.
encounters that have kind
It's
of
over.
motivated for reform.
You lay
And those
hands on
videos were
nobody. Who
graphic.
are you?
And this is the
Who
stuff.
are you? Are you above the law?
that as a
No.
cop,
You the one that's supposed to enforce the
fear.
law
And I think showing
respectfully,
something like this to the
but
community
you don't.
can
You
create
don't.
mutual respect.
Whenever there is
No, there's no
video
mutual
like
respect
this,
going to be seen in
my
this.
concern is always the family of
Well,
the officer.
they shouldn't be
the family
officers
seeing this video
bothering like
over
people.
and over again.
I know that my
Bothering Nubian
family,
people.
if this was me, would want that out there.
Trooper Steve believes the video gives the public an up-close look at what officers are up against every day. I watched the video in its entirety for the
But
first
how come
time
we
with
can't
him.
watch
Do
it?
you live here? So he's asking him normal questions.
The entire exchange between Officer Jason Rayner and Othel Wallace is 29 seconds. We decided to show the
Why
video
is he
in its
putting his
entirety
hands
to
on the
show you
man?
just how fast it happened.
Why are you gonna
First,
ask the man
there's a
where, if he
verbal
lives
exchange.
there?
Sit down. Why are you asking me do I live here? Do you live here? Yes or no?
Then there appears to be a scuffle, and in the middle of it, you barely hear the gunshot. Why do you think it's important for the public to see it?
I think there is a perspective that we don't see. We see a third camera all the time, a cell phone video. This is a one-on-one.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. And you're gonna always have a camera. You're always gonna have evidence. But you're trying to explain something, a situation that this cop was harassing the man. This cop didn't have no reason. He didn't tell the man his reason for coming up to him. First, express your reason why you're coming up to me. If it's to reprimand me or tell me I'm doing something wrong and you're giving me a warning, fine. Give me my warning. Say what you have to say. Don't lay no hands on me. Because you are not my maker and you not my boss. And even if you were my maker and my boss, you still need to respect me. You still need to respect me.
One interaction taking place with two human beings, one on the right side of the law and the other one on the bad side, and in less than 30 seconds everybody's life has changed.
Daytona Beach Police
Yes,
Chief
and
Jakari
your
Young
life- I'm sorry, family. I must have clicked out. I'm so sorry. I was getting so heated up. It's just it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. I'm sorry. That. Okay, let's continue on because it's just.
for a purpose. It is for the community to see it and possibly generate leads. If you have any information about Othel Wallace, contact Daytona
See,
Beach Police. I'm Lewis
Half of
Holden.
our people
News
are
6.
calcified too, and half of our people are stuck in stupidity. Now they're gonna die in stupidity, unfortunately, because it's nothing I can do. It's nothing anyone else can do for them. They're gonna remain, and then till the day that it hits their front doorstep, they're gonna remain. Oh, I'm just minding my business. I'm just living life. God, somebody's gonna come and take care of it for me. Somebody's gonna come and take care of it for me. You damn Skippy. They're gonna come just like they came to Othel, and they're gonna take care of it for you because you're not in your rightful place. You're not in your right estate. You're not asking for inner guidance and inner protection. You're trying to be like the white man and white woman out here, thinking that you are like them because of the mental switchery that was done on your mind. While they're practicing something that they're not even connected to, you're practicing how to disconnect. You're practicing how to disconnect through religion. And you're saying that somebody outside of you is going to take care of everything. But Nancy Pelosi is taking care of everything for Black folks right now. She is taking care of everything for Black folks and providing for her 6 Neanderthal children and her Neanderthal husband out here. That's her breakthrough. So she's been able to do for her husband and her 6 children and her grandchildren, her great-great-grandchildren. This woman, you know, and a whole lot of other Black people. You wonder why, hold on. Let me get this. Jesse Jackson, you wonder why Jesse Jackson, no comment, no, just quietly, every place he goes, he sits up quietly. You know why? Because he got the bag. He's got his heaven. He is in his heaven. He's in his fake illusional matrix heaven. And that's his purpose. And he's done what he could do against Black people. And through the Rainbow Coalition, he pretended to be for Black people. But we see he's got his heaven and he's silent. Now he has nothing to say. Now he has nothing to fight for anymore. He's already reached his mountaintop. He's reached his mountaintop. And like it says in the Bible, I may not be with you guys, but boo-foo on you because you followed me to the mountaintop. And the mountaintop was just me getting all your money. And you ain't going to see me there in bondage with you guys. But I'm going to be on the other side because I didn't treason on you guys. I didn't perform treason on you. That's what Moses did. He performed treason on those people. He guided them the wrong way. He guided them the wrong way and told them, he let them know at the end, hey, you're not going to see me because, you know, there wasn't money then. So there wasn't money. So you couldn't see him on the other side where he was. He was on another side. He didn't make it over the mountaintop with you. But he said, you're going to be on the other side and I'm going to be on this side. I'm going to be somewhere else. Y'all not going to know me or see me anymore. I'm not going to make it with you guys. He said, I'm going to be somewhere else. So that's where he is. Whenever somebody guides you in the physical and you follow that man, believe me, he's going to lead y'all to y'all's destiny and he's going to be glorified. He's going to be glorified. And that's what happened. So let me show y'all this other video real quick. Let me show y'all this other video. Mommy. Hold on. And then I have to take care of these children here. Let me see if I can get my other video. Because this was a brother in another country, and he did the damn thing, and I was so proud of him. I was so proud of him. You know, he broke it down. And he said no to Becky because Becky was trying to console him. And he said, Becky, no, I got a wife. I got my Black wife. She's waiting. She's coming. She's on her way. Leave me alone. Stop trying to pull that school programming on me, Becky. Don't pull that school programming trying to talk to me, Becky. Shut up, Becky. Respectfully, leave me alone, Becky.
Why are you grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me? Have you paid? What do you mean about paid? If you got paid, why are you grabbing my arm? Why are you grabbing my arm?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me fix this, guys. Becky tried to play psychology on this brother, but this brother already knew the deal, and he's very, very, very masculine and very, very smart in how he handled his situation. But definitely, y'all want to watch, because.
Have you paid? What do you mean about paid? If you got paid, why are you grabbing my arm? Why are you grabbing my arm, my stuff? Where's your receipt? Why are you grabbing my arm and my stuff? I've got my receipt. Don't pull me back and put my stuff back. Why are you pulling me in the middle of food? Show us your receipt. What do you mean show me your receipt? Why are you coming at me like this? You can't come at me like this. You can't come at me and expect me to show you my receipt. This is not how you speak to people. This is not how you speak to human beings. Why are you grabbing me up in the middle of blue water?
You have your tantrum when you
No, it's not about having my tantrum. It's not about tantrum. Black people are going through this all the time. You keep yeah, but you, what do you mean my face mask? Put my face mask on the floor. My face mask is on the floor because of how you approach grabbing me up. No, don't grab me up. Call your main security person. No, don't grab me up. No, I'm not going. I burnt my kneecaps many years ago. I'm not begging. You man, go call your superior. You do not grab me up.
Have you paid?
Call your. Of course, I told him when I paid. I told him when he came. I paid. So
Management say you didn't
I don't
pay.
care what management said. I don't care if management said I didn't pay. I told your man already I paid. No, let go of my arm. Let go of my arm.
Sandra,
Let
me calm down.
go of my arm. Move from my arm.
Yo, Sandra,
Move from my arm.
leave his arm. Let's talk like man to man.
No,
Let me and you
move from my arm and my products.
No.
I own both
Listen,
these products.
listen.
Get off the products.
Have you paid?
I've paid. I've said that 5 times now.
Where's your receipt?
I don't. You firstly back up. That's what you're gonna firstly do. Back up. My receipt is my receipt. I could have thrown it in the bin after. It doesn't matter. Back up. This is my product. This is my product. Back up. You don't hold my arm and grab me up. I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one you did that to today. I'm the wrong one. I did pay. Can you move back? Give me my space. You're supposed to be socially distanced. How are you grabbing my arm and grabbing my products? How are you grabbing my arm and grabbing my products? Over 100 and something pounds. How are you grabbing me over 100 and something pounds? How are you grabbing me? You grabbed me and my products.
Yes, that's right.
Now you need to back up because it's COVID-19 and I need my space. Back up because he grabbed me. My mask is on the floor. What do you mean? How smart are you? I've not got my mask on because he grabbed me. What do you mean? What do you mean? Shut up, mate. Back up.
Definitely not paid for them. Yeah?
Back up. Please, can you give me my space? Can you give me my... Get off my products. This is my products. These are my products.
Calm down.
Okay, move. Look at my mask on the floor. Look at...
Calm down.
What do you mean, calm down? He ran up to me. He ran up to me and grabbed me. My mask has been on the floor. What do you mean, there's my mask? He's been on the floor.
Why are you asking for it?
Because he said I didn't have a mask
Do you
on.
want another one?
What do you mean, why am I asking for it? Your colleague is being smug and smart.
Do you want another
This is not the time for that conversation. You've handled me wrongly. I've paid. Say it to the camera tonight. I've paid. Did I pay? Did I pay? Tell everybody. Tell everybody that you just tried to embarrass me in front of. Tell everybody. No, because you do this. You do this to black people all the time. You do this to black people all the time. Look at you, man. Tell everybody. Tell everybody I paid. Tell everybody I paid. It's me, Sifas Williams. I'm in blue water, and these men tried to take me over 100 pounds. No, come back. Come back. Come tell everybody. Where are you? Wait. Tell them I paid. Tell them I paid. Tell them I paid. That's what they do all the time. All the time. All the time.
This is the way I feel about the situation with my neighbor, my white calcified neighbors called the police when me and my children were peacefully dealing with their disobedience to their parent. And then I had to have race soldiers come to my house, a whole bunch of, not one black race, no black ones, only a whole KKK came to my house, talking to me and talking to my children any way they wanted to talk to my child. Now that's disrespectful. The man of the house wasn't home. But you see, we're not protected out here. We're not protected out here. So that's what saddens me the most is that that this city and your local towns, they're going to do whatever because it's white supremacy all day, every day. And if we don't see that, and the point that they came running when a white woman called for nothing, no one done anything to that white woman. I have a right to slam my door and be upset. I have a right to get upset with my children and discipline however I need to see fit to discipline them when they do the wrong things. as long as I'm not harming my children, because I do what I do out of love. They do what they do out of hate. So that's a big difference. If you're doing what you do out of hate, you don't have no reason to chastise me on my love for my children. And come in my situation when you have showed nothing but hate. And so I talked to the police department and they haven't done anything I've asked them to do. I've asked for the tape recording of the woman calling 911 on me. And that is critical. See, they're going to stop calling 911 and start calling. They can call the regular number, and I don't know if that regular number is recorded. But I asked for the 911 tape, and I still haven't received my 911 tape. Or the 911 recording. I requested it through paperwork properly. So, or through, like I was supposed to. I went through the channels. So, because no one has a right to just call the cops and not know your situation. We were in the house and calm. My daughter was fearful of the police coming down the street when she saw the lights. And, someone who's trying to get away from that craziness and have my world here, I was infringed upon. I was infringed upon. And that's the way I feel about it. And unfortunately, this is how things happen. This is how, when we're not knowledgeable about somebody infringing upon us in the first place, we get infringed upon, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. It is what it is.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I don't care what you know. Right? I don't care what you know. Why are you grabbing me? Nah, I'm going to complain now. Now I'm going to complain. You harassed me. I want to speak to your manager right now.
I'm the manager.
DOD, I requested a FOIA. I've done all of that. I've done it the proper way they asked, and they still haven't got back with me on an answer or nay or yay or what's going on, because I even read what they sent me, told me to look at. And it says they don't have to follow your request. So I need to know if they're going to follow my request so I can get a lawyer or not. See, they haven't got back with me at all. And I talked to, each department has a community communication for the community and the police. So I called that number, and pretty soon something has to be done. Maybe we have to speak. But they're going to know, eventually they're going to have to know that I'm not for the race soldiers coming on the Black family. I'm not for that at all. I disagree with that. They got Black officers. And I don't agree with the Black officers a lot of time either, because the Black officers are following in their ways. And I really want changes. I want changes. I don't want race KKK soldiers coming after any Black family, anywhere, really. I prefer that they work it out better. And if, they're calcified, they don't feel anything. They don't see as deeply as we see. And that has to be something they have to come to terms with. They have to come to terms with that, because it's been going on with us for a long time since slavery. And if you keep doing the same wrong things to people that stem from a bad thing that you've done, like the Holocaust, they don't keep doing the people the same way since the Holocaust. They've made changes. Why can't you do the same for us? Why can't you be sensitive to us?
You're the store manager?
I'm the security manager.
I want the store manager now. I want the store manager now. He grabbed me up. What do you mean? They just told you I paid. Why are you coming up to me like that for? Why are you coming up to me like that? How do you expect to? Get me your general manager. I want the general manager of Blue Water right now. Of course I got the receipt. I told him that initially when he came up to me. I told him, no one's seen my receipt anymore. They just confirmed I paid. They just confirmed I paid. You are not seeing my receipt. Don't grab me, and don't grab my phone. Don't grab me and don't grab my phone. What I want, what I need is the general manager of Blue Water now. Now. I need the general manager of Blue Water. I need his name. I need that other white guy's name. I need this Asian brother who just tried to grab me. I need this Asian brother's name. I need your name because you're smug. No, I want the general manager. Listen, I know that you're trying. Listen, I know you're trying to calm the situation down. George Floyd died last year because of this rubbish. George Floyd died last year because of this rubbish. So don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Don't do it right now because my people have been suffering for years. Don't do that right now. My wife is over there doing her shopping. Don't do that right now. I'm going to Manchester Express because I am disgruntled and I'm allowed to be because he ran up to me and grabbed me. He ran up to me and grabbed me. So what I don't care what. No, people are racist and people have bias that are conscious. Don't do that. I'm not talking to you. What I want to talk to you, don't talk about mistakes. Don't talk about mistakes. If I was an old white man or an old white lady, he would have never run up to me and grabbed me like that. So hold on. Hold on. I don't care. Hold on. Listen, I don't want a duty manager. You know, listen, I didn't say that. He came up.
Duty manager.
No, I didn't. I said I want the general manager. I want the person that runs this place. I want not the duty manager. I want the person they report into. This is ridiculous. I'm fed up. I want the general manager of Blue Water. Look at my stuff. Look at my mask all over the place. 21st century. 21st century, and a black man can't buy. Look at this cheap luggage. 100 and something pounds. 100 and something pounds. Only buying it for a week. It's not like I'll come out the shop with Gucci. Tell everybody that walked past that I didn't steal. Everybody that saw him apprehend me and grab me. Put it everywhere. They didn't make a mistake. They were.
Watch Becky and her nature. And watch, it's not only this Becky that's doing it. There's another Becky that's going to come along and try to console the brother.
Racist. They didn't make a mistake. This guy didn't make a mistake. He grabbed me. This guy tried to grab my phone and grab me. That's why there's a difference between. This is why there's a difference between BAME and black. This is why there's a difference between BAME and black. Are you the general manager of Blue Water?
I'm a duty manager of Blue
I
Water.
want to speak to
You won't be speaking to the general manager. So you can speak to me or no one, it's up to you.
I want to speak to the general manager.
And it's not happening.
She's the what?
It's not happening. Speak to me.
So is the general manager in or not in?
If you're not speaking to the general manager, you can speak to me. I'm duty manager.
Cool, I'd like to speak to the general manager as
It's not
well.
happening tonight.
Okay, so could you explain to me your line of management to the person who runs Blue Water,
Of
please?
course, yes.
So who are you, please?
I'm duty manager.
And your name?
Chris.
Chris. And who do you report into, Chris?
My line manager.
Who's your line manager?
Operations.
Head of operations. And who is that for Blue Water?
Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah.
And who does Ryan report into?
The client.
And the
Why
client?
does this matter?
Because for me,
What's happened today?
I'll talk to you about what happened today,
Yeah.
but I need to feel comfortable with who I'm speaking to, the integrity of who I'm speaking
So listen.
to, and the position within the chain of.
Listen for a minute.
Let me speak, because this is what always happens. Somebody has apprehended me and ruined my whole day.
Right.
So you don't get to come to me with energy. Nobody gets to come to me because I was done wrong.
Yeah.
So you man need to pacify me
Yeah.
and do what I need to calm down because
Right.
I was treated wrongly. So let me finish speaking to you because you asked me a question.
Just one of you hang around there, boy.
You asked me a question. You said. You asked me a question.
Yeah.
Why am I asking you for all that information?
Yeah.
The first thing is, you guys have not treated me correctly. That's the first thing.
Right.
So I need to establish who I'm speaking to
Yeah.
and the establishment for which you work.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you report into Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan reports into the
It doesn't
client.
matter, it doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Well,
It matters
the
to
bottom
me.
line is,
That it matters to me.
Right.
So,
So
does
that-
Ryan report into the CEO of Blue Water?
that doesn't matter.
It does
So
matter to me
I'm
because
tre-
I will directly speak to the CEO
You
of
don't.
Blue.
Unless
I
you
will.
write in. If you write in,
I'm
mate,
telling you right now.
write in, I reply, maybe.
I'm telling you right now, I am going to speak to the CEO of this place.
How
So
you
I
gonna-
want to know,
How are you going to do
how
that?
am I going to do that? Because of my network. I don't need to explain to you how I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to do it because of my network. But you even ask me how or why is insulting to me.
Right.
You don't need to ask me why. I'm asking you questions.
Okay.
I don't care if you feel attacked by my questions.
So where are we going?
I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
But I don't care if you feel attacked by my questions.
attacked, so-
Yeah, but you come across that way because I'm asking you and you're not answering. You're being defensive.
Right.
So I would like to know Your line of
Like that,
management.
we've done that.
You've not, because you've not told me who Ryan reports into.
It doesn't matter.
It matters to me. So, Chris, could you please tell me who does Ryan report
I've already said he
into?
reports into client.
Cool. So you don't
We're not going
report.
into any
So he
further
doesn't report
detail.
into your CEO.
No.
Cool. So who's your CEO, please?
It doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Okay.
I can Google it and find out by
Google
asking.
it and find out.
So you do not want to tell me who your CEO
You
is.
Google it and find out. That's fine.
So can I ask you a question? Why have you come?
I was asked to attend by security.
So you have no context.
No, not really, no. So how can I help?
And all the people that you've just seen, all gathered, that you could have also kept around to ask for context, you've dispersed them and dismissed them.
For the moment, yes.
So do you want to
Yeah.
ask someone for context? You can ask one of them for context.
If you don't want to tell
I'm
me,
gonna
that's
tell
fine.
you. But listen, I've got my wife
Yeah.
and you're travelling today.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call my wife first. So you go ask
Right,
him,
that's
give me
Yeah.
2
2
minutes,
minutes, no worries.
and come back.
Okay.
So if I could get the names of the security guy that grabbed me, and also the main security guy, Asian guy with glasses, that tried to grab me as well.
Okay.
I need to go back out for my wife.
I was going to say,
That's
I
a
was
duty
going to say,
manager.
so just your stuff's out there.
That's cool.
So-
I'm just now not on it. If I could get their names, so I don't know who is who. Thank you. Now I'm gonna wait here. My wife needs to come, and the general manager needs to come.
Go to watch shopping in the centre.
Cheers. Can I ask the security where there he is? Sorry, what were you about to say?
No, sorry, all I was going to say is we wouldn't give out any names.
Okay, no problem.
Absolutely. What I can do is I'll give you an email, then if you contact us, then we can forward it on to
Wicked.
our
I'm
security
gonna go straight to the CEO anyway. But if I could get that contact information, that would also be helpful.
Absolutely. No, so what we'll do is I'll give you an email, and then obviously you can put down obviously all the information in there. And then
I don't
we
feel
can then
comfortable right now
essentially-
giving my information. If I just get an
No, I
email,
completely get that.
what I wanted, which I didn't get, was the names for everybody that
Yeah.
physically touched me and abandoned me. This
Right.
is not normal. Appreciate your help. This is one of the ladies that served me today. When they ran up to me and said, "You didn't pay for this," grabbed my bag and grabbed my stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
So again, this happens to black people every day. Every day. Now the work I do in this country, not just for black people, but for enterprise, is a lot. So I'm telling you straight facts right now. I'm going directly to your CEO, and I need to see changes. I need to see. I don't need an apology. Apology is cool. I don't need to see any. I need changes, because if I was one of those other young black people that's not necessarily navigated the journey the way I have, that could have turned into me going to prison today, or me doing something, or giving me a criminal record. Or here is the real penny drop. George Floyd. Yeah? And this is not over-exasperating the situation. George Floyd was killed because somebody called the police for a $20 bill. Yeah? Other people have been killed in the UK and in America, black people, because somebody weaponized their whiteness or their Asianness or their privilege against black people. Now, everybody walking past that saw them grabbing me and saw them grab my stuff, nobody said nothing. Everybody would have seen the situation and thought, you know what, another black guy stole something. If I'd responded like a normal human being and just got upset and retaliated physically, I could be on the floor, someone on my neck, which has happened to me in my lifetime at the O2 Arena. Yeah? This is what needs to stop happening, because I can't even be human. I can't even be upset anymore. I don't need you to respond. And I know you've got a job. I'm talking now to Chris. So I need to get this off my chest. I need to get this off my chest, because I've been physically harassed today, okay? They grabbed me, they held me, and they were shaking me. My mask fell off. A security guard came and said to me, "Well, where's your bloody mask?" he said. And I said, "Well, that man just grabbed me and it fell on the floor." They picked up, "Well, put it back on." Are you really going to tell me, now that you've roughed me up, my mask has fell off, to pick it back up and put it on my face? If I respond as a normal human being and I get irritated,
Yes,
or I get angry, or I get physical back, I go to jail. I die. That's my reality. I don't need condolence right now. I really don't. I need to speak to the CEO, and I need to know that this thing is going to stop happening to black people, period. In fact, I'm gonna take it to the CEO of House of Fraser as well.
Okay, so
All I wanted was the names, but we can't get the names. So I'll
I
get
won't
the,
do that just because of data protection.
That's
I wouldn't
cool.
do that.
That's cool.
Absolutely, we're
I'll get-
aware of it.
I'll get the
All right.
information. Appreciate
All
that.
right, give me 2 seconds.
Nice one.
All right, Chris, I'll just give me 2 seconds.
For me,
You're waiting for this.
Huh?
You're waiting for this.
100%. For me, this is not about, and even the way you approach me, yeah, it needs to change. And I'm telling you that straight, yeah? Because I'm disgruntled. I'm allowed to be. I don't know if they've taken you through what they call unconscious bias training yet, but it's not unconscious. Everybody's got a conscious bias. What they need to start talking about is conscious inclusion. So when you come to a situation and you see a black man is frustrated, or a black person, I'm not talking about anyone else, a black person, just come at it differently, bro. Just come at it and say, yo, like, I get it. Let's talk. Because sometimes that approach, just saying let's talk and not being defensive as you were initially, can diffuse a lot for me. All I'm looking for is people that get it. I'm saying I want to speak to the general manager because I understand I can speak if I wanted to the general manager. And that's okay that you don't want to let me speak to the general manager, but even the way you communicate it, bro.
I don't want to.
I get it. You don't understand the situation yet. I get it, but I'm really busy. And I get it.
So
I get that they won't. I get it. To do that, I manage people, so I get it completely. But all I'm saying is that's my desire. So the response to that desire wants to come across a bit more friendly, bro. It wants to come across a bit more understanding. Yeah. You don't know who I am. You don't know if I know the investors of Blue Water or who's in my network. So again, like for me, it's like just come at it differently, bro. Like come at it like, yo, I get that. We can get a person who is needed, but for right now, let me talk to you. This is my wife. I just didn't feel that, especially because them guys damn near rugby tackled me to the floor, bro. George Floyd.
Literally rugby tackled.
The guy came to me. I stood firm. What do you mean? I stood firm. If I wasn't, as a black man, I'm prepared every day for someone to try me. Every day, for someone to try me. So I'm walking my luggage, calm. Dude comes from behind. Literally, grabs my bag, grabs me. Yo, when you get me, saying, oh, I don't want to I'll pay you the recording after this. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't get when they grabbed me. Yeah. That's CCTV. Yeah. He ran. When you watch your CCTV back, he ran up to me.
That was in here.
I was there. How does someone run up to me? Fam, this is like £150. If I wanted to buy, if I was buying Gucci or Louis or something that's like thousands of pounds, bro, which I could buy, right? If I was buying that, maybe. God, this is like 200 bags, 2 bags. Oh, yeah. 2 bills, sorry. 100, it's not expensive stuff. You can walk up to me like a normal human being, hey man, you need to check. They've said X, Y, Z, but you've walked up to me, you've run up to me with the assumption that I'm a black, not you, but he's run up to me with the assumption that the black man, let's get into it. Yeah. Let's get in. So if I'm a normal human in your eyes, just come up to me. Hey man, they said that you're not paid for this. I'm just like, do you mind doing next? No, I don't need to show you my receipt. Facts, by law, I don't need to show you anybody my receipt. I could have taken my receipt and binged it. They could have asked me, do you want to keep your receipt? And I would have said no. So what are you asking me for the receipt for? Because in my normal capacity as a human being, I may not be carrying a receipt.
And nowadays, it's all digital.
It's all digital. I could have got it to my anything. But you man wanted a problem today. And so they literally ran up to me, grabbed me up, jumped up. I said to them for over 5 minutes, get off my arm. If I had responded, not as just a black person, but as a normal human being being attacked, I could have ended up with someone's knee on my neck, screaming for my mom. And it's because other people that are not black, including the Asian guys that are playing me today, including the white guys that are playing me today, they don't understand this. And so they come with the passer, the white lady security guard, all well-meaning, was saying stuff like, oh, it was just a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding when it's every day of your life. When it's every day, so I don't need you or the next person to come and try to diffuse it. I don't need that. I need you to come with love and say, yo, we don't understand, but we're here. We get that we're frustrated, we're here. Talk to us. That's what, and I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you now that you can train your staff, the next black people, whether it's a group of young black people or older, whoever it is. Because if it was me and my boys, are you mad?
It's a shame we have to teach them. It's a shame we have to do this. It's a shame we have to go through this. This is why I say, why? This is why I want to ask, why are y'all so afraid of black people, of Nubian people being on their own and living their own in 2021? Give us our economics back. Give us our land back. Give us our separation back. Give us our mutual respect. We respect you want to be alone to yourselves. I've worked around many, many communities. I've seen beautiful white communities, land with groups of people living together. I've seen it. Areas where only whites, I've seen it. With land, profitable horticulture going on, like grapes. I've seen it.
If it was me and my boys, that would not have gone down like that. And especially because of who I am within the public realm. If you had people that recognize me walking past, seeing me getting grabbed up like that, that would have been a different story. And that's the issue. Because then we're going to leave with the handcuffs. We're going to leave dead. We're going to leave with our day's room. The head security guard came out and grabbed my phone up. On recording. Talk to me. Grab my phone. So no wonder why I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to the general manager. Because I don't trust him. I don't trust you coming. I won't speak to the guy who speaks to the shareholders. Because everybody that's telling me that they're the one, the security guard came, I told you, I've not said it to you yet. They grabbed me up, my mask come off. How do you physically grab someone to their mask fall off? Other security guard comes, yeah. I said it was supposed to be socially distanced. I said it's COVID. You man at least like give me the distance. It's COVID.
It's funny how you got white countries that live in a communist way that is positive. But no, America's not going in there talking about rights and talking about human rights, or going in there. And I'm sure human rights are being done over there. I'm sure you taking their children and using them for sex slaves. I'm sure there's things going on. I'm positive. But no one's going and messing with those white countries, you see. No one's bothering those white countries at all. But we know that you've all been trying to get a certain lands that Black people that are predominantly Black people trying to live, but you've affected that live with democracy and caused them to have puppets over them that are taking advantage of the people. But you're not doing that to the white countries. The white countries have been able to live in peace. No one's doing that. But you do it to the mulatto countries that you know that are under the threat of becoming predominantly Negroid. So what you do is you go to war and you make up a war to kill off those remnants, to destroy those remnants from being successful, like you do us here in the States. The same thing you do in the States.
Dying. People are dying. Then he comes, yeah, but you're not even wearing your mask, are you? Because you man roughed me up and it's on the floor. Then the lady picks it up and says, yo, here's your mask. Now it's been on the floor. Everyone's been stepping all over it. Now I'm going to wear my mask. Come on now. So what I don't need you to wait to respond. I need you to listen. I don't need you to wait to respond. I just need, and I know you've got a job to do. So I said already, I'm going to contact the CEO of our so I can take this. Yeah, and my wife will tell you the type of life and going I have. I've not got the capacity to do this.
That's absolutely fine. Cool. That's absolutely fine. My main concern is the execution said you're in a hurry. That's
Cool.
Ortho Wallace needs about $8,000 more to get his lawyer. His lawyer needs $30,000, so he's short $8,000. So if you're a follower of Michi X, you can get the information, or I'll try to get the information, and I'll put it on this video. But she has the information to his to his fund, okay? And see if I can get it for you guys, because I'm gonna I'll put the link out there. Because Facebook won't even allow the brother to build up the money. And we know that we live in a communist country that is communist in favor of whiteness. Now we need our own commune that's in favor of the Negroid. You see, right now, the cards are stacked against the Negroid, us being Negroids. Me as a Negress. And we need to do something about that. We really need to change. We're the ones with that power. And we need to utilize that power. But as soon as I get information, I'll give it.
Thank you for your time. That's not appreciated. And again, I'll speak to Chris. Chris will stay to all the stores in the Blue One, because I've not got the capacity to be talking to multiple people and trying to justify my experience as a black man. And again, the learning for you, Chris, is that on your initial approach, just come at it differently, bro. Because I'm allowed to be pissed off. You man are here to serve me and to serve the general public. So if I'm disgruntled, even if that's because someone bumped into me or because someone stepped in my shoe, your immediate thing should be, yo, how can I help? Yo, let's sit down. You want to sit down? Okay, let's stand up. How can I help? Not to come at me and be defensive as you initially were. And I appreciate you taking it on board. But it needs to stop, because I am a very patient and articulate human being. There are other people out there that are not as patient and not as articulate, that are able to respond as they want to respond, but will end up dead, in jail, or completely in ruins. I would have been on the floor. And then what made matters worse, oh, he's not paid. Oh, he's paid, has he? Oh, he's paid, leave him, he's paid. After 10 minutes of everyone in Blue One, I said, come back. I said, tell everybody that I paid. Because the message you send is not just a message for me. As much as I am seen as a public figure, it's not just for me. It's for every other black person that stands within me. Every other black person, it's black people that make more than the whole of the Blue Wall put together. You don't know who I am. To be grabbing me on 100, 200 pounds, you could apprehend me at the door. You could be strategic about it. Hey, we've seen, you've run up to look at what you're thinking. Those guys need to lose their job. And a whole new thing needs to be, because it's not the first time I've experienced racism in Blue Wall. It's not the first time. In fact, you might remember Letter to Zion on your billboards with a black man holding his son. And if you remember those images of a black man on your billboards holding his son, Letter to Zion, that's me. Okay? So my presence has been in this sentence. And I've come back incognito and I've been treated wrongly in various stores. Various. Some of which I'm speaking to their global CEO. Some of which I think they're on a first name text basis. And I see that to say, even with my network and my ability to create change, I'm still a victim of racism. Not unconscious racism, not unconscious bias, not a mistake, as some people say today, racism. Because if I was a white lady walking off with my luggage, you would never. But because black men in the media are portrayed to always be the toughest man in the room, always be the hardest. So you come to me with that energy. You come to me with that energy, and it needs to change, bro, because I'm a human being. I'm allowed to swear, I'm allowed to get angry because you might make me angry. Doesn't mean I'm angry at you, doesn't mean I'm angry at you. It means that I've been the struggle. This is what I need, not just for me, but for everybody, every black person that stands within me. All the ancestors that were killed, George Floyd, everybody. What I need is for us to be treated like human beings, bro. That's all I need. And to do that, I need to speak to the CEO. I need to speak to whoever the person is that runs this place. We're about to do a whole exhibition in the Arndale Centre, which I'm sure you're aware of. Yeah? Whether it's the whole thing for the Idol Centre, never done before. I need to speak to leadership. We're looking to take it to Westfield. I need to. Fun, this is not a House of Fraser duty manager. No offence to the position you play within the system, and it's needed. But I need to speak to that white man who sits at the top of the table, who's in a position to really activate and cascade that change.
Okay,
Because you can't cascade
right.
the change. You can come and you can hear it, you can report it back to me. Oh, cool. I don't need him to be busy. I need him to be as active as he would have been straight after George Floyd was murdered. Straight after George Floyd was murdered, every white CEO was saying, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I need that energy now. I don't need that energy every time a black man dies. I need it when I get apprehended. I need the CEO to show me. I'm here, I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO. What happened?
Okay.
What happened? That's what I need. And I need it to change now. I don't need an apology. Apologies are cool. I don't need all these other things. I need to see the change, bro. I just give birth to my son.
Okay, now let's look at Jesse Jackson. What I was talking about Jesse Jackson and how, you know, he made it over the mountaintop, and many others are going to make it over the mountaintop on you unless you do something about it and stop allowing yourselves to be make millionaires. We're making millionaires and billionaires out here, and the people are not showing an improve. It's not an incentive. I mean, it's an incentive to degrade Black people and put us in a state of decadency. It's been an incentive in America to do this, and we've allowed it. We've allowed it. Now, you know, we've allowed it. Look at him. He's a $9 million. He's $9 million. His net worth is $9 million. That's why you see him and he's stoic. That's why you see him crying when Obama made presidency. He got what he needed. He got, you know, he's in his but this money is Caesar's money. This money is stolen money by Caesar. And the Caesar, what we don't see is that the Caesar is, this money goes back to Caesar, okay? All money goes back to Caesar. What is Caesar's is Caesar. What is Caesar is Caesar. And he's got but a short time on this. He's got a short time left, okay? And this is really an illusion for Jesse Jackson, and it was a test upon his if what he was going to connect to, and he chose to connect to factory fuckery instead of connecting with what was real and doing what was real, what was right. So this is what we see. Hold on. Hold on, family. As y'all know, his fakery and fuckery paved the way for a lot of other fakery and fuckery to be done to our communities and our people. He paved the way. Him and others have paved the way for more fuckery. He paved the way for the LGBTQ to use our rainbow. He paved the way for little Nas and the entertainment to perform a quiet war with a silent weapon. He paved the way for all of this fakery to happen to us. And we pretty much allow it. But we have an opportunity. We're not helpless and hopeless as they want us to think. You see, you can't just say, oh God, oh Lord, and you not take no actions. So that means that, what does that mean? If you're not taking any actions, then you're not being guided by the God in you. You're trying to be guided by the white man and his oppressive talking points of religion that says that there's a God outside of you, because he beat the God out of our people. He beat the God out of our people and gave us a substitute and gave us a lie. Gave us a substitute and gave us a lie and said, I'm going to mind my own business until my business gets put out there, or till my business is no longer minding my business. Because I'm going to mind my business and let the God, he's going to come. He, mind you, he is going to come, which is the lower energy, is the energy of man here when you say he's going to come. Because we already know that the spirit that relies here is the masculine spirit. And if that masculine spirit is divided from the feminine spirit, then you are in trouble. You are in trouble. Because not even God could save Jesus. And he was a baby boy. So his destiny was already set out. So that means your destiny is already set out until you grab a hold of the masculine and the feminine energy and recognize what that really is. But if you're just, oh Lord, outside of me, and it's just masculine, he's going to come and do it. Yeah, he's going to come and do it his way, all right. Just expect that. He's going to have you drinking some juice, or he's going to have you doing it some way. But he's going to take you out eventually. But when you go inside and you're dealing with mama and daddy, you're dealing with your mama and your daddy, you're dealing with lines of mama and daddies united, connected together from generations to generations, so many divisions of your soul. You're dealing with your angels. You're dealing with your ancestors. You're dealing with the ones that are working from within. You're not dealing with willy-nilly out here who might come willy-nilly with a gun or a weapon. You're dealing with the real deal, and they are guiding you against all this crazy insanity that we're dealing with. So family, thank you guys for being here. Remember, get you a set of angel cards, set of cards that you can communicate, or something to communicate. Do a routine, go for walks, because being out in nature is also connecting. Being out in nature, like a garden or something, walk the path of a garden path, connect with the ancestors. Here, let them guide you into feeling and sensing again, using your intuition, connecting. Speaking to them doesn't have to be a silent thing. Speaking to them doesn't have to be a quiet thing. You know, it doesn't have to just be all in the head. It can be creativity. Something they used to do, something they had passed down. You know, it could be playing a game. Like in my family, there was a game that everybody used to get together and do. And it was a money game. And, you know, it could be anything. Just benefit from it. And that, you know, you're always going to benefit from the positive. You're not going to benefit from the bad things. So you know not to do those bad things because they're not constructive. They're destructive. So with that said, family, we know the difference. We know the difference naturally. So peace. With that said, true love, real peace, and the higher self within you, all of us, the soul. Thank you, Patience is a virtue, for being here. Thank you, DOD. Thank you, Leonard. Welcome, Leonard. And then D Calico, welcome. Welcome, family. Till next time, peace, and I bid you all a great Saturday, sunny Saturday. Thank you, DOD. Peace be with you in your day.